Alright, loves, this is where I have made it to. I wonder if that'll focus in. There we go. This is where I've made it to with Riari here. It is 9:54. We started about 7 o'clock this morning. It did take me like an hour to do my parting. On top of the hour to do the parting, there we go. We did take about 3 breaks every 2 hours for about an hour, some 30 minutes, but I think I'm gonna be able to finish this tonight. I just have my top sections left. I'm going to once again do some step by step with you guys. So the ones I'm doing up here, I'm going to do them from the side because I want them locks to fall downwards, okay? So far, her back is complete. Down here in the back, I used the braid lock technique. So the backs are actually braids here. I actually did the braid locks for the first 2 rows, and then I started doing the interlock method. I found it easier. I like this. I don't know if this Walmart needle that I've been showing you guys is just because it's what I used first starting off. My other needles did come that I got from Amazon. I like that they have the curve. It was a pack that came with multiple size. I'm gonna do a couple with this as well, but I found that I like this. This allows me to stretch to the length of the hair and just go in and out with the tips. But anything kind of with a hoop, a loop, not so pointy ends, but good enough to go in between the hair, works just fine. So I'm going to do this section here. Let's see if I can do some adjusting with Riari. All right. So we're going to tackle this one here. I found also that I start going smaller across the back, and I want to say the first 2 rows I was getting 4 rows of 3. Once I got up to the top, I still got 4 rows. It's 5 rows now. 4 rows of 4s. Right, 1, 2, 3, 5. So it did go up 2 more rows. So here is a little bit smaller than the back of it. So that would be 2 somewhat different sizes, but not too much. I did kind of just start splitting my boxes in half. Again, start off dry when you prep your hair. That clarifying shampoo, it pulls. It's very soapy, but in the midst of it drying, it really dries out the hair. But it got her scalp so clean. Riari also suffers from heavy dandruff, but that shampoo's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do these rows here, you guys. And again, I'm only using a rat tail comb and clips. Let's see if I can get in here and if I can part it so you guys can see it. So for these ones, I'm going to be going downwards. I'll move my hand so y'all can see it in just a second. The time-consuming part about locks is the parting. Especially if, again, you're like me and parting's never really just been your forte. Okay. So that's the side that I'm going to use. guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. Alright, so we're going to split that part. We're going to do another step by step, okay? Alright, so you get your hair, you're splitting it in two, and you're just going to start using two-hand twist, two-strand twist. Get a finger, start pushing that twist down to the end of the braid, right? And then you're going to finish twisting it. That's all I'm doing, all the way to the tips while you're still holding your hand there. And as you're twisting it to the end, push force down on them twists, because that again is creating the foundation for your lock. Okay, and then test it. If your hand can go all the way through, you need to start over with the twist, right? So once you got that foundation, my hand won't go anymore. You get a finger, you go through, and then you're going to pull it behind, okay? Then you go down, tuck to the next side, pull it behind. This one's going up and down. You're going to keep doing that same rotation all the way up. Making sure that you're still putting your finger in between equal parts of the hair. Some people like the 3-6-9 technique. I just like the up, down, side, down, up, you know. Side, up, side, down, side, up, side, down. That makes it easier for me in the way my mind keep track of where I'm at in my rotation. That should have been a down. Never go through the same hoop twice, because it will start creating them holes and them gaps, and making sure that you're still dragging your finger down to where the lock actually stops at. You're going to keep doing that rotation all the way until your fingers can no longer go between the parts, or just feel a little too tight, and instead of me struggling with getting the finger in, I go ahead and switch over to the tool. I like to end there because I know that the start of my next rotation that I need to go down. This is what I'm liking so far. You put the hair through the loop. Once the hair is through the loop, we're going down. I like this one because I can stretch it to the length of the hair, or where I'm starting at, and I can just use that tip to go. That's what I do like about, you know, having a little bit of a stick to whatever tool, because I can still kind of pull the hair and keep the locks, you know, tight together this way. Sorry, she keep turning her head, you guys. So the tool down, pull it through. And again, when ending, when it's tight enough, you can end in your 6 or 9 direction, even, not your 6 to 9, I'm sorry. You can do it through your 3 to your 9, that was right, your 3 to 9. You don't want to end with the 6 because then the lock will kind of go that way, but it's also okay to end going down with the 12 at the end of your rotation. I find ending at the 12 going down that way is the best to make it lay the way you want. This one's only gonna have 2. All right, let's see if she let us do step by step. Keep your head right here for me. Okay, 2. Y'all see me with my 2. All right, I like to twist starting at the top, get a couple of them in there, get my finger, then I work that twist down to where I want it to stop at. Keep that finger there, twist the rest of that in. In the midst of you twisting the rest of that in, still put pressure, okay? Once you feel you have it, you start your rotation. I always seem to go in through the right. I don't know, just the way my hands been going. Get a couple of these in here. All right, I just wanted to get a couple in there. So I'm going in through the right. I'm pulling down. I'm reaching to open up the hole, but the tail is going to go behind through. Bam. And then you're going to get the finger. You're going to go up, open it up, tuck it back. Because remember, it's always going behind the finger. Open up the other side. It's going back. Y'all see that? Back. Open up again. This one's going up. So it don't matter what hand you actually use to split as long as you're tucking the right way. Down. Open it again. This one's going back. Up. Open again. Back. Down. Side. Up. Side. I see that here. Put it right through the loop. Down. Put it down there. Up. Catch it between them fingers. Bring them. Side. Open. Down. I hope that this helps. And I'm not going super fast. Well, not super fast, but you know, to the point that you guys can't really see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get this one in. Okay. Again, I end on once I complete a rotation because I know once I get my tool, I'm going to show you guys this tool. It's the same way. You put the hair through the loop here, pull it, but these ones have an extra little rigid, if you guys can see that. You slide the hair right on up to the top of that, and it's the same way. You use it as like you do your fingers. I like this because it curves. So down. But being that it's short, I actually got to get a little closer compared to the long tool that let me extend to where I need it to be already. And you just complete your rotation still going that way. Sometimes it don't want to go all the way through. Give it a little push. Okay. Let go my 2 locks that we just did together. So I'm going to finish tonight. It's taking me an hour to do each of the bubbles. I'll be back with you guys with our finishing. Roll and cut, roll and cut. All right. Let's see, we probably can do another row. Some rows, especially around that part where, you know, it's just that much of an area, so I just kept that one at 2. That. Two. Twist. Put a couple of them in there. Get your finger. Push that twist down to where you want it to stop. Once you get used to your rotation, you kind of start eyeballing how far down you want that foundation to begin, how much hair you want to leave down at the tips. But the main thing is just making sure you have a strong foundation. Okay, so look, that wasn't a strong one, so I need to start that one over. Now, having a couple without the strong rotation, it comes from not borrowing hair from one of the strands as you're doing that 2 twist. Push it down. Okay. Once you get it down, twist, but borrow as you twist. All right, this foundation feel better. And then there I go. Right, down, back, up. Right, right, down, left, up. So I'm going in through the right, so that's the same side you're going to push the hair. So that's why you're pushing back. So that was through the right. And then down, you get it? And I'm saying down because I'm flipping the tail down. Down and through the loop. All right? And then left. So this tail is going to get flipped to go through the left side. And then up because the tail is being flipped up through the loop. Okay? So through the right side, down, left, up. Still making sure that you are adding your pushing. Push. You want to make sure that that hair is not gapped. The lock is tight together. Now you see how I can adjust this loop to where I want it at. So I always grab the hair, but I keep this extended to where all the natural hair still is. They have to be locked. So that way I can just hold it here, the hair that's already entwined, and I can just dip with the tip of it down. And it's the same thing, in through the left, top, right, bottom, left, top. I like to end them on the top. Well, that next one we just did together, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna get this next couple of rows done, and then I will be merging the videos together with the touching finish, and Ri already let us know if she approves.